So this is still some pretty big news that Elon dropped over the weekend. Let's put it up there on the screen. Elon tweeted something cryptic. He said that his Twitter deal is, quote, on hold. And as a result of that, what he said is it was temporarily on hold because of concerns about fake accounts. Now, there's been a lot of behind the scenes kind of parsing about what the hell all of this means. So let's put this next one actually up there on the screen because it's very important. And what Elon is pointing to is that whenever he agreed to buy Twitter, what he said is that he would do so subject that Twitter disclose what exactly and how many fake accounts that they actually had. Now, Twitter disclosed in their filing that they had about 5% or so of users that they believed were fake accounts. Now, obviously, spam and fake are something that are a widespread industry challenge, but what Elon is basically challenging is saying that he thinks that Twitter's analysis there is flawed and that it may actually be much, much higher because they keep pointing to their previous statements. And I think that the reason why is that Musk is saying that he's going to take a random sample of 100 followers of Twitter, and then he's going to go ahead and invite many other people in order to do this, because it could challenge both the ability of the price, but also underscore that Twitter and them might be much more of a paper tiger than they were trying to let on in their initial public filing. So there's a lot of stuff going on here because, number one, the stock market, if you may not have noticed, is significantly down, something that we have commented on. This affects Musk's ability in order to tap billions of dollars in loans against his existing stock. Also, it affects Twitter's stock price. It could be subject that the entire price deal goes down if their ability or have the ability to renegotiate. Now, I want to emphasize the head of Twitter and the chairman of the board over there said that they are still committed to an acquisition. Elon said he's still committed to an acquisition. There could be some behind the scenes jockeying in order to reduce the price significantly, given the fact that everybody's equity has gone way, way down. Twitter stock, also getting hammered in the result of all of this. So it could be both a financial play, but also it could be that Elon really has them caught in at least an internal analysis of, oh, these guys have been lying about the number of fake accounts and users that are actually on the website, and that matters for advertising and business purposes, that he's already, as we know, promised his existing investors multi-billions of dollars worth of returns, which would matter in terms of the number of users.
Yeah. What do you think are the percent of spam or bot accounts?
There's no way to know.
I mean, yeah.
I've noticed on Instagram, I'm not sure if you have. I mean, the amount of auto reply.
There's a lot, yeah.
Like porn bots and all this
There's
like weird stuff.
Everything you post ends up with a number of them in the comments. Like, oh, you want to earn money?
Yeah, exactly.
Or whatever,
and I have to go and delete them. I don't want people, I mean, I should probably trust people not to fall for that stuff. But still, I mean, I think, first of all, I think it looks annoying. But second, I mean, I notice like I'll post something.
I don't delete them, sorry guys. I trust, you're just going to have to weed through that yourself.
Yeah, but I post on Instagram and then within 2 minutes, I have like 10 comments and, most of them are bots with auto likes and stuff in order to propel it up there. I think this is a lot more sophisticated and a much bigger number than we'll probably ever know. I think it's an entire industry problem.
I guess the thing with Twitter, though, I don't know that, I mean, obviously bot accounts are annoying and a problem, but the true value proposition of Twitter is that it's the hub for elite discourse. And whether the bot account number is like 5% or 8% or 10% or whatever doesn't really change that. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see it as sort of like a bargaining position. I could also see it as a potential excuse and way to get out of the whole thing. So I don't really take Elon particularly at his word because he's thrown out a lot of stuff in the past that ends up not coming to fruition. So I guess my view on all of this is just kind of a wait and see. Yeah, it is a wait and see. I do think there is something going on here in terms of the financial backroom stuff because the internal negotiations.
Just the level. I mean, there's been a significant drop in the price of Tesla as the stock. Obviously, the entire tech sector is getting hammered. From what I heard and what we've recently opened with, there are so many economic downturns happening in the tech sector, which is way outpacing the S&P 500. And then if you think about the private markets, this affects actually a lot of people's ability to tap wide swaths of capital, which they usually get on loans. So the underlying assets that they're borrowing against are a lot down. all I would say is there's probably a lot more going on behind the scenes.
So you're saying his personal finances and his financing is on somewhat shakier ground.
I think everybody.
At the same time,
Twitter too.
At the same time, Twitter is
worth less.
Based on their market cap, worth a lot less than they used to be. So this is a way of saying, we gotta cut the price, and it's kind of seizing on something that they may have misrepresented in their filings that gives him an angle to try to push that. Or, I mean, it potentially could be an ability for him to just walk away altogether and say, it wasn't as represented, so I'm moving on.
The only reason I don't think that'll happen is that to walk away, he would have to personally eat $1 billion in cash, which there's $1 billion termination fee on the entire deal. So that that seems very high. I mean, that being said, he's worth, I forget exactly what he's worth right now, but somewhere in the neighborhood of $250 billion. So it's not.
So it wouldn't be the end of the world.
Recently sold, I think, $9 billion worth of stock, but I don't know the last time Elon Musk just chucked $1 billion away for no reason whatsoever. So there you go. That's all sides of kind of what's happening here. I encourage people to do a little bit more investigation because I do think the financing angle on all of this is the deepest part, which is not really being explored in the mainstream press.
Cable news is ripping us apart, dividing the country, making it impossible to function as a society, and making it impossible to know just what is true and what is false. But the good news is they are failing and they know it.
That is why we're building something new, a new mainstream, a healthier one, something more trustworthy, something that we are going to need in one of the most pivotal times in American history. We are building up here for the midterms, for the upcoming presidential election, but we need your help. So if you can help us out by becoming a premium member today at breakingpoints.com, we're trying to change America for the better and the entire world.
So what are you waiting for, guys? Go to breakingpoints.com and sign up and help us build a new mainstream.